Well, we've seen in college football the change, the way they do their playoff seeding. It started with the BCS, then a 4-team playoff. Now it's up to 12 teams. Well, today the Georgia High School Association made a big change of their own when it comes to the playoff seeding for the first time in decades. Our Kelly Price gives us the lowdown on what is next when it comes to the playoffs in the high school ranks.
Rather than the top 4 finishers in each region making the 32-team bracket in each class and being seeded according to where a team finished in its region, the GHSA now aims to pull the best 32 teams, regardless of where they finish in region play, for the playoffs. But we won't be talking about the committee like we do in college football playoff conversations. Instead, it will be the postseason ranking formula, multiplying a team's winning percentage by its opponent's winning percentage by its opponent's winning percentage. Get all that? The goal is to get the best teams in the state deep into the playoffs, regardless of how weak or strong its region is.
Right now, you can only get 4 teams in. Some sports, there's some regions that, man, the 6 of them may be really, really tough. And, you know, it's hard to get out of a region. So it's going to enable us to get the best 32 on the field to play or court.
In fact, the GHSA already adopted this model in 2024 in 3A, 2A, and Single A Division I, plus the 3AA private playoff division.
Well, if it's good enough for the smaller schools, why shouldn't we do it for every school? Because the goal is to try to make sure you have the best 8 in the Elite 8, the best 4 in the Final 4, and the best 2 in the championship.
I personally like the new ruling. I like the idea of seeding teams. I like the idea of the region winners. They get the top 8 priority, you know, because that's a reward for winning your region. And then, of course, after that, you know, seeding with a purpose instead of just throwing a bunch of teams in there. Second round's going to be competitive, but it's not going to match up, like I said, top 10 teams. That's the idea, is to get away from having top 10 teams play each other in the second round. Whereas in the third round, you get all your top 10s and your top 4, and, you know, moving on from that is the theory.
And that opinion seems to be a majority. Only 1 vote today was against changing the seeding policy. But critics do argue this format could favor teams that play easier schedules or don't book more challenging opponents. But Scott says the GHSA is aware of that possibility, and they're open to tweaking the postseason ranking formula in the future if need be. In Atlanta, Kelly Price, Fox 5 Sports.